time to see if Singapore's favourite boxing son, Muhamad, the chosen one, Ridhwan, is in fact the real deal. A massive step up in class for him tonight. He's boxing for the UBO Super Featherweight title. He's fighting Fadhili Majiha from Tanzania, who's boxed on Manny Pacquiao undercards. Very experienced, but still young and hungry, and he has to be a marginal favourite in this one.
Brought to you by Ringstar Management, sponsored by 11 Sport, AAM Advisory, Decathlon, Hard Rock Cafe and McGregor Boyle, sanctioned by the UBO. First, in the blue corner, we have the challenger, fighting out of Tanzania and fighting from Golden Boy, Africa, with a record of 20 victories, 9 coming by the way of knockout, and 8 losses with 4 draws. The current WBA Pan-Africa champion, the former Tanzanian champion, and the former UBO international champion. Make some noise. From Tanzania, Fadhili Majiha.
And here we go, this is the World Super Featherweight strap, the UBO World Super Featherweight strap. Fadhili Majiha, the Tanzanian, two-time Tanzanian champ, current WBA Pan-African champ. Coming off wins over Gabriel Ochieng and Hadari Mchano. But he's going up against the local boy, Muhamad Ridhwan, the chosen one. Another fighter who has trained very, very hard in what has been a lineup of superb matchups. Semi-main event of the evening. Sentosa Resort World, the Grand Ballroom, has been witness to some superb bouts this evening.
With a perfect record of 7 victories, 6 coming by the way of knockout, the current WBA Asia champion, fighting out of Legends Boxing Club, weighing in at 58.6 kilos from Singapore, Muhamad, the chosen one, Ridhwan!
No question who the crowd is behind. Undefeated after 7 bouts, 6 KOs. Coming off a KO victory over Waldo Sabu. Also KO Jason Butler and Ramli Pasaribu. The WBA Asia champ, Muhamad Rizwan, the chosen one. Well, he's turned around the disappointment of never winning gold at the Southeast Asia Games. As an amateur, he picked up 3 bronzes. And now he has a chance to shoot at a shot for World Championship gold. The UBO World Super Featherweight strap. Gerald Nunez from the Philippines. And both these little fellas, both super featherweight, they're looking very, very good, Nick.
Yeah, definitely. Both guys have worked very hard for this fight. And Ridhwan, I've watched him fight on one occasion and he really impressed me. He's got all the skills. He's a very good young fighter.
Majiha is touching him early, but they're all taking on the gloves. Ridhwan just nice little counter overhand right there. The timing in particular.
Majiha's got a lot more experience than Ridhwan.
That was a very, very low left hand there. We just saw Ridhwan drop to that. Referee was on the blind side. It's a big experience disadvantage that Rizwan has to deal with. But that said, they don't give out world title belts for free. Very busy early round. We've been very fortunate to have some extremely well contested bouts, and this looks like another one here. Rizwan, he's just trying to get his hands free on the inside. Stinging body shot there from Majiha. Rizwan driving him back. Nice work, doubling up on the jab. Trapped his man against the ropes. And then some good combination. Good composure too from Rizwan.
He seems to have...
Oh, there's a left hook that caught him off balance. I think it caught him just on his heels rather than actually rocking him. Left hook that went just behind the ear, just as he was falling out of the clinch. Firing back, Rizwan. Majiha, though, looks to have slightly better of this round so far. Nice, quick work, doubling up with the left hook and then coming with an overhand right of his own. His punches aren't entirely orthodox, though, are they, Chad? There's just a little bit of awkwardness about them.
There definitely is. A couple of the punches are coming down from the floor, and he's tagged nicely there.
It just looks like a continuation of what's been extremely close fights. And look, I think the Tanzanian fighter will take that first round. He landed a couple more cleaner shots, not a lot in it, but plenty of good things shown by Rizwan. Just needs to tighten up on his defence a touch.
Yeah, I tend to agree, Mike. I think the first round went to the Tanzanian, but and up until a couple of them good shots landed, Ridhwan seemed to establish himself in centre ring and was working his jab nicely.
Yeah, that was a good example. Just you saw him there, just caught coming onto his heels, coming out of the clinch. Well, the judges might not see it the same way we have. Seconds a little bit slow at getting out. This is a 12-round fight. UBO world title, super featherweight. Muhamad Ridhwan, the chosen one, slipping on that ring canvas. It's not the first time we've seen that tonight, actually.
No, it looks very slippery out there.
Particularly when you get towards the latter stages of the fights. There's already been 8 other bouts on there. Majiha's landing those awkward shots of his at this point. He's another boy who has reasonably long arms as well, so he can get away with those looping left hooks when other fighters might not. Rizwan now trying to find his mark, and he's looking to set up that overhand. Nice work there. Spins his man into the ropes. Don't forget one more fight after this, Ryan Ford versus Robbie the Butcher Berridge. A light heavyweight fight, and that's another one that promises to be a barnstormer. This is round number 2 of 12. Muhamad Ridhwan in the white, black and gold. And Fadhili Majiha, the Tanzanian fighter, in the white, green and black.
The crowd getting behind their local boy.
Stiff jab from Majili. Landed a cuffing overhand right there. Muhamad Ridhwan, right now, I'm just not quite so sure he has a huge amount of pop on his punches. They're accurate. They just don't seem to have too much impact on Majiha at this point. Might just be the timing as well.
He's finding it a little bit difficult to land on. He's a very awkward mover, the Tanzanian, and he's those wide, loopy punches. Oh, he's caught the right hand just there, Ridhwan.
Big overhand right over the lazy jab from the Tanzanian fighter. Very awkward the way he moves. He bounces back, up and down. Rizwan trying to work on the body. Tanzanian fighter getting himself out of dodge. Nice angle change from Rizwan. And again, he did well cutting off the ring there with the right hand, catching the Tanzanian, walking into it. Well, that's a round locked away in the books. Probably going to go in favour of the local boy. Round 2 to Rizwan. He moved forward throughout. He landed cleaner shots. And threw more volume.
Let's not have that noise stop. Keep it going, please.
Plenty of work being done on Muhamad Ridhwan by his corner. Just 2 rounds down, 10 to go.
Great action there in part 1. Time to go for a short break. When we return, we continue with the roar of Singapore 2.
It's almost an hour in the ring. Oh, Rizwan underway again. He's the man controlling centre ring. Fadhili Majiha, the Tanzanian fighter, facing us. Rizwan with his back to us in the commentary position. Nice evasion work from both boys. Rizwan just starting to find his mark a little bit more, starting to break down Majiha. Good defensive work though from the Tanzanian. He's composed in there. Rizwan's throwing a lot of shots, but it's what he's landed that's counting. Majiha counters with the left hook, looks for the overhand right. And that's very composed work, Chad.
Majiha's defence is very good. He's Ridhwan threw a lot of punches there. He landed with some, but a few missed as well. So, yeah, he's very composed and he counters quite well, the Tanzanian.
Good example there as he pulls his way outside of the left hook. There's a sitting body shot. He goes downstairs on the other side now. Good head movement. Good example of the opponents to throw more than 1 or 2 shots. He got caught after he slipped, after he rolled under a shot, and that was because Rizwan was throwing a 3 or 4 punch combination. Beautiful head work and good skills by Rizwan to shut it down as well.
Yep. Beautiful boxing.
Good work to the body there from Rizwan. It opened the door upstairs for the left hook. His little right hand that rattled the cage of Majiha, and an uppercut. You gotta wonder how long Rizwan can sustain this kind of pressure.
Very intense at the moment. The work rate's high and both fighters working hard. It's a long time, as you said, 12 rounds.
Well, it's a long time sitting here just talking about it, but when you're physically having to do it, that is some kind of tough. Wild right hand missing. Rizwan's just starting to find his mark in a lot of ways. And another very hard round to pick. Just notice, for those of you watching at home, the judges' scores are collected at the end of each round, and they add that to a master sheet, which just as a measure board in place to stop judges changing the scores on reflection. Here we go, Chad. Some brutal work on the inside from both these boys.
Yeah, definitely. Landing some good shots.
Round 4.
Round 4 about to get underway. Very even fight so far. Muhamad Ridhwan starts where he left off, moving forward, basing that off the jab. Majiha moving backwards and firing his own heavy leather to the body and head. Good work from the Tanzanian early in the round. His timing very, very good. Working his jab upstairs and downstairs, good head movement. And enough subtlety too off the Philly shell that he does not afraid of slipping down to his left.
Shaping up to be a pretty good world title fight.
Well, you've got to say, if you're Robert Berich and Ryan Ford, you've been waiting a very long time.
Oh, for sure.
There have been several of these bouts that have gone the distance. No one's complaining because of the quality of the fights, but Rizwan's starting to come on now. And that's a body shot from Rizwan. A body shot from Rizwan has set the Tanzanian on his haunches. Let's see if Rizwan can continue to work that. It almost came out of nowhere.
Tanzanian coming back.
Well, he's showing plenty of heart, isn't he? He's digging deep, biting down on the mouth guard. Offense is the best form of defense in this case. Not allowing Rizwan the room to load up on his body again. Rizwan now starting to find a hole there.
Good pressure.
Real pressure being applied by Muhamad Ridhwan. And he's firing back as well. Fadhili Majiha. Oh, and another one. With a very deflated look on the face of the Tanzanian fighter. Looking to his corner. What a battle.
Oh.
Both boys just training down.
Oh,
Big shots landed from both boys. The Tanzanian showing plenty of heart. He's been on the canvas twice in the first round. Rizwan just breaking him down now to the body. Slips over on the canvas. Rizwan working his way onto the inside. Majiha trying to fire back, but Rizwan now bringing it home, pressing very late in the fourth round. Big right hand, three times in a round, 3 knockdowns in a round. The big right hand, coup de grace, it's all over.
good night,
Muhamad
Ridhwan.
Ridhwan creates history. The first Singaporean to take a world title. Muhamad Ridhwan, the chosen one, goes to 8-0, 7 KOs. The UBO World Super Featherweight Champion.
Outstanding, outstanding. Ridhwan,
Ladies and
coming in
gentlemen,
beautiful right hand.
Singapore has a world boxing champion.
First world champion from Singapore. Congratulations.
And the crowd is ecstatic. We almost need security here ringside to keep people back off the ring apron. Media scrambling. And let's not forget, we still have one more world title bout this evening as we watch the finish of the fight.
Beautiful. Oh, right hand, boom. Right on the whiskers.
That was the second knockdown, and here comes the final one. Drifting into the right hand, it was short and it was sweet. Tanzanian boy.
The fans were crazy amazing. They were supportive. I could hear almost all of their voices, their shouts, their screams. The opponent put up a good fight. He got up, I think, twice, and it showed that he really wanted to try and win the fight. But too bad he's in the wrong place. He fought the wrong person tonight. What's next? A few pratas with some nice curry. Then I'm gonna think about what's the next step with my coaches and my manager.